live.
Goal.
Excellent.
Oh no.
Goal.
No,
Corner.
no.
No, okay.
No. It was Sterling broke down.
Broke down in tears.
Live.
Excellent.
Oh no. No,
Corner.
No. Okay. Let's go back
Lovely.
to the stream.
Are we good?
We are good. We are live.
All right, lads.
There's some people.
We haven't done a live in a while.
Yeah, if you're out there, put something in the comments. Let us know you're there.
Yeah. So we haven't done a live since Cheltenham, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. No, I went live on Instagram during the week, but it was only like 15 minutes ago. But it doesn't be the same when you're not having a few pintings. And I wasn't having pintings that day because I didn't get a run in. I meant to say that on the live that day. If I don't get a run in during the day, I won't have pints at night.
Well, you won't enjoy them anyway. If you ever enjoy pints.
Oh, I do. I love pints. I love them, but I love them a lot more when I have done the work beforehand. Does that make sense?
You've earned them, like.
Exactly. But even when I was plastering, I used to think to myself, like, I deserve a pint on a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Very good. Oh God.
What is the crack, lads, with this game? Who do you think's going to win?
I think it's going to be a draw.
A draw.
Neither of them, when they get half the cup each.
But does it have? But it has to finish today, right?
It sure does. Yeah, it goes to penalties.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Why don't you like penalty shootouts?
I just don't, man. It's just an awful way to win a Champions League final. Even when United won it about Chelsea, how long ago was that?
2008.
2008.
Sure was.
I was living in Corndle and Galway watching it. I had a massive bet on United to win the Champions League. I had them done to win in 90 minutes and to actually lift the cup. But obviously, but I had more of a bet on them to lift the cup, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Is there anyone in the chat at all? Let us know.
Anyone in the chat? We'll be. This will be able to go up on, like, this will be saved, won't it? It's like just not live. It goes up on the YouTube. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. It'll be. We can save it as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think City is going to win, but
they're favourites, though, Mike, aren't they?
Yeah, I thought I was first I wasn't too sure, and I, to be honest, didn't really care which one wins. But now I have a more stronger feeling. I want City to win.
Why do you want City to win?
Because I don't like Chelsea.
Yeah,
okay.
More than I.
City win, they've won 3 cups this season.
I don't care about that. I don't like Chelsea that much that I prefer to see City.
Wow. You see, I'm not like my allegiance is with Man United. Not that I'm a massive soccer fan. Remember that, Mike? You wore that on Patrick's Day when we done the parade in Sanford. Anyway, I don't know why I wanted to say that.
Your allegiances with Man United are very questionable at best, because you used to be.
No, well, they're not questionable. I mean, but they're not like I'm not going to be like, if they were in this final tonight now, I'd be a lot more interested in. And that's only because, like, my family would be massive Man United supporters. I just think it's a very boring game. Bar the odd one. Do you know what I'm saying? If Ireland were playing now, I might get, if they were playing France in a World Cup quarter-final or something.
But if there was another team other than 2 English teams, would you be going against the English team, or would you be supporting? Let's say if it was City against Real Madrid. or
Do you know
Chelsea?
something, Mikey? That is a brilliant question because that is a very good question because I've no allegiance to England. I've some very.
Chelsea had a big chance there, didn't they?
What's that?
Didn't Chelsea have a big chance there?
Jeez,
Mike
I-
was ahead, right?
Chelsea are creating a few better chances at the moment.
What-
But
What's the time and year? Are we in sync at all?
Huh?
What's the time and the clock and years?
Minus.
I'm on the 15 minutes.
I'm on 14.
Yeah, I'm on 14 something as well.
All right.
The team of
Oh,
Werner's.
Chelsea had a brilliant chance. I must be behind you.
Yeah, you must be behind me anyway.
No, listen. Yeah, getting back to.
And I must have missed that brilliant chance as well. Sorry, Steve, you can answer the question now.
yeah. I would, for some reason, I would shout for an English team rather than a foreign team, and I've no allegiance to England, as everyone knows. I am a true Republican.
I'm such a Republican.
What's that?
I said I'm such a Republican. I want English teams to win.
Well, I don't know what that is. I don't know why. And you know another thing that's a strange thing? If England were in the World Cup and Ireland weren't, I wouldn't mind England actually doing well.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want them to win it, would you?
I'd probably not to win it, but I like them to lose morally.
Like,
but then when it comes to the rugby, I don't want England to win anything. Like literally, I don't even want them to win the toss.
Why do you think that's an affinity with maybe the working man's sport in soccer and not the sport that's full of the elites?
Maybe, Chris. Even though it's the money side of things is flipped for soccer wise.
Yeah, but like you're
right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know, or maybe it's because obviously there was a lot of Irish players good Irish players down the years playing in England, made their crust in England, and I'm one of these people that if Ireland is mentioned, my ears ping up, you know. So especially if there's an Irish player on a team, there hasn't been one of them standout Irish players in the last few years for the bigger clubs, but. I don't know. Maybe that affinity. You're right, Chris. Yeah, that's a great point.
Well, I think it's just England are kind of more successful in the rugby, I suppose, and are a bigger team, like success-wise. So
well,
that's I don't like as well. I wouldn't support the English rugby team at all. I'd support the football team more than the rugby team as well, and as well as you, Steve. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know whether it's so. I think it's some of the rugby teams' antics have annoyed me.
Yes, Mike. You're right.
That time when they stood on the wrong side against Ireland, when they lined up where Ireland should have been lining up.
That's right. But they've done lots of little tricks like that down the years, and even their off field, antics are a lot to be desired for.
Yeah, but this City, they haven't really gotten into this game much yet.
No, and City are the hot favourites, you know.
Yeah, and they should win it as well. Like they have.
Where is it being played, lads?
In Porto.
In Porto.
Yeah. Davey Walsh, how's the boys? How you doing, Davey Walsh? What's the crack?
I think, Davey, are you well? I see it here where I was missing chances, like I'm missing pints.
Well,
so.
Like, in fairness, Timo Werner is useless.
Where is it?
Tragically bad.
I've seen someone making a video about him a couple of days ago, how bad he was.
He's just he misses so many chances. It's fucking unreal.
But I was just I was watching a show on BT Sport before this. It was called Football On. It's like comedians, three comedians on about football and stuff, and they were on about that. If you were a top striker at the moment and Chelsea came in to sign you, you'd be shitting yourself because they've ruined the many a striker. Like, it's not just Timo Werner down to, apart from maybe Didier Drogba in the recent past, a lot of strikers have come and done poorly there. Like,
yeah, you're right, Mikey. And didn't they?
There's a reason for that, though. Like, if you look at the types of strikers that they picked up, the likes of Shevchenko or Torres, and they came with huge reputations and massive price tags, but they were super quick and agile as young lads, almost like Michael Owen was. Maybe not as quick as Michael Owen, but when they get to their later careers and they start getting near 30, they always have muscle problems. You know, and Shevchenko was a fucking shadow of him for his former self after he left AC Milan.
Where did he? Yeah, I was going to say, where did he come from? I thought it was AC Milan.
Yeah, and Torres the same. And like
Torres came from Liverpool, from Atletico Madrid.
So yeah, he went Atletico Madrid and then back to Liverpool, Chelsea, and then back to Atletico Madrid and finished.
Okay, but I think his best years were in Atletico.
I know he had 2 or 3 good seasons with Liverpool as well, in fairness.
I remember having one beautiful goal. Beautiful, like, what did they used to call him out in Spain? El Nino.
El Nino, yeah.
He was a tasty player, right? He just didn't perform for Chelsea. But didn't they fuck Drogba over as well for some reason?
But Drogba's last match was scoring the winner in the Champions League final when Chelsea won it for the first time.
Right.
But like, I don't know if you could say he was fucked over.
But I thought there was something with the transfer or something. I think I read of him. Did he not lose the canopy at some Champions League match?
At some Champions League match?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, man.
You know, he was into the camera. He was given out.
About Chelsea?
I can't remember what it was. It was some mad decision. Now, this might be just a dream or something. Or
Sounds
my imagination playing up with me, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he lost the canopy after some match, after some decision went against him. Obviously, not the year that they won the actual final, but.
Okay.
That's right. What year was that, lads?
When they won it.
Yeah.
Was it 2012? I think it was 2012.
Oh, was it after?
They Bayern Munich.
What's that?
What'd you say, man?
I was just. It was after the 2008, was it?
Yeah.
It was after they lost to United. They won it then.
Yeah, John Terry went
sure if it was before or afterwards.
Yeah,
that's right. John Terry.
They beat Bayern Munich in the new Munich stadium.
Was that the first time the Champions League was on a Saturday?
Could have been.
I think it was, and there was a rugby match. The Heineken Cup final was on the same day.
That's right. Yeah.
And Munster won it, or Leinster. Munster.
You sure it was Munster?
Leinster, I think it was.
Leinster. Okay, well, it was one of the Irish teams because I was at a communion or confirmation. It must have been communion in Charlottetown, and we got awful drunk watching the European Cup final. And myself and my father then landed to Swinford, and we said we'd watch the Champions League final in Moors. And I remember getting so drunk that it was like one of those Del Boy moments where he falls through the hatch of the.
Oh, no way.
So Jane that works in there, I was steamed at this stage. I was watching the down at the where the hatch is.
Yeah.
Well, I was leaning over on that, and she told me a few times not to be there, like, because it was a busy night, and she was coming in and out, and of course I kept drifting back into that corner. But at this stage, I was melted. But eventually, then she just didn't even put the hatch down. But I didn't realize that, so I went to lean back into the hatch, and ended up down underneath the chairs. But I think they actually left me there.
Yeah, no, I can imagine no one went to fucking pick you up.
No, not even the father.
No, he'd be the last to, in fairness.
But the same thing happened in the Hagen when she was working as well one night. God bless the Hagen.
Oh, stop. Fucking great pub. And Davy Walsh said, Chelsea's a striker's graveyard. Even Cascarino struggled there.
Was Cascarino at Chelsea?
He was, yeah. He was in Marseille before that, wasn't he?
And where did he make his where was his bread buttered?
Sure, he was born in London, wasn't he?
No, I know that, but who did he play for first?
I don't know. Fucking probably. I don't know. I'll actually look it up. It's the easiest thing.
Do look it up. He wasn't a Chelsea man all his life.
Yeah, but I thought that was the main club he was at, was Chelsea.
Yeah. But I remember he was in France. He was at Marseille, I think, before for a couple of years, like the early 90s.
Wow. Did any Irish player ever make it in any of the foreign teams? Apart from England.
I remember Ian Wright went to Levante and they got fucking relegated.
No, I said Irish.
Ian Hart.
Oh. Huh?
Ian Hart.
Ian Hart went where?
You said Ian Wright first.
What did I? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I was on the beer last night. That's in fairness. Okay. Tony Castro's career.
Well, I was going to say Robbie Keane, but he had a disaster in Italy, actually.
Yeah.
Whereas
Marcello Lippi was the manager when he first went over, and then he lost the job.
Who's that?
Heather 25, David Brady.
You're right. Did he not play for Inter Milan? Patter.
David Brady did.
Not David. Yeah, no, David. What was your man?
Fucking Liam Brady.
Liam Brady, that's it.
Fuck's sake.
Like,
yeah,
David Brady transferred from Ballina to Inter Milan.
Well, you know what? He was well off. Yeah, Liam Brady. Yeah, David. I always got them two mixed up. Fuck's sake.
Okay, so this was Cascarino's career, right?
Right.
So Cockenhill. Don't even know what team that is. Must
be. Davy's on the ball here. He said Millwall. Go on anyway.
He was definitely in Millwall. He was like so he was in Gillingham, then he was with Millwall, Aston Villa, Celtic, then Chelsea for 2 years, then Marseille, and then he went to Nancy and then Red Star 93. He actually retired in 2000.
Wow.
Now he talks absolute waffle on TalkSport.
So he actually done well in Marseille, did he?
I think so. I'm not sure if Marseille was much good in the mid to late 90s, but I remember him being there.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never a big fan of him.
David Walsh, Liam Brady's still well thought of in Italy. He is well thought of, and he was in Juventus, and he had to leave because they had a limit on the amount of foreign players that could be in the team.
I thought he was Inter Milan.
He went to Sampdoria, I think, after that.
Oh, okay.
You'll
be right there.
Antonio Conte. But I remember his last game for Juventus. I don't know how I know this, but his last game for Juventus, like he was kind of shunted out the door. He was doing really well at Juventus, but I can't remember who they were bringing back. You know, they were bringing someone else back, and he had to leave because of this foreigner rule of having two foreigners on a team.
Right. Okay.
And
was that a UEFA thing or just an Italian?
It was an Italian league thing.
Okay.
So he decided he had to go, and his last game, like Juventus got a penalty in the last minute, and he stepped up to take it, even though he was getting kicked out the door.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, lads. For some reason, the Zoom just zoomed out there.
You're back.
Yeah, Patter says, yeah, he meant Liam Brady, and I for some reason, for the two of them, I just knew it was Liam Brady. But yeah, what do you think? Was Liam Brady one of the best Irish footballers apart from George Best, but he was Northern Ireland? My father would argue that Liam Brady was probably the best Irish player.
It's a fair argument. Like he's definitely one of the greats of Irish football.
He was Arsenal.
I could say Roy Keane. Roy Keane would be better than.
As a creative midfielder and skillful player, as a number 10, he probably would be the best Irish player. Then there's all the arguments for like Paul McGrath and Roy Keane.
Paul McGrath was a good player too, yeah.
Paul McGrath, yeah. Like, I always thought that if Wes Hoolahan was there a couple of years earlier and he had someone that could go alongside him in midfield and protect him, like Roy Keane, Wes Hoolahan would have been one of the greats.
Do you think?
Always a big disappointment. He had so much potential on that.
Like, I'm asking you because, this is one thing that I hold my hands up and say, I wouldn't know an awful lot about Chelsea or Man United or Man City missed a chance there. I wouldn't be as up to date as you two lads.
Like Wes Hoolahan had, like, I think he was picked out for man of the match 5 times in a row for Norwich, and he was being highlighted for his performance week in, week out, and just never got the chance of a big club, really,
Yeah,
he was seen as a lightweight midfielder or attacking forward, but like there's still a major place for a player like that in the game.
He's still playing, isn't he? I know he's gone past it now.
Hey, he's with it's not Oxford, is it, or Cambridge? They got promoted anyway.
Promoted to what?
From League 2 to League 1 or League 1 to the Championship. Apparently he's instrumental. He was their player of the season. So
I did read that, right? Yeah. Wasn't it him that scored the goal against
Sweden in the Euros?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's with Cambridge at the moment.
And they're into the championship now.
I think he could still do a fucking job for Ireland, even at 39.
39, boy. Are you sure? Anyway, I could do a job for Ireland myself.
That's the problem.
At the minute.
Well,
I'm only 29.
Well, how many times have you been 29 now?
But if this was Gaelic football now, you wouldn't hear a word from me. Well, you'd hear a lot of shouting. How did the Mayo ladies end up tonight? I know that they were 2 points down with a few minutes to go when I left.
I don't know. Wait, who were they playing again?
Donegal.
That's right.
That's what I love about this Champions League final live stream. This is the only one where you get chat about the Mayo ladies.
Yeah.
They lost 1-11 to 11.
Show how unexciting this game is so far.
Well, it really is. I'm watching it here on the corner of my eye, and it's basically. It seems to be between. Huh?
Chelsea have been the better team. They've created.
Well, they've created a bit more. If they had any kind of quality up front, they would have maybe in front by now.
Who is their standout striker?
Well, they don't really have one. So when Mason Mount is playing, or when what's his name? Not Mount, the other guy. I can't remember now. Mason Mount is playing, but like
the American lad.
America.
Yeah. What's his name? He oh no, something. Christian Pulisic.
yeah,
For Chelsea. When did they sign him?
Huh?
When did they sign him?
Pulisic. They bought him from Borussia Dortmund last year.
An American lad.
Yeah.
The only American lad, other American I ever remember playing was Howard. Wasn't he American?
Tim Howard. Tim
Yeah.
Cahill.
Who?
Tim Cahill played
Was
for
he not Australian, no?
No. Oh, he was, yeah. He was Australian actually. Who else was American? Brad Friedel.
Brad Friedel. Is he
Kyle
not a tennis
Walker.
player?
There's actually a lot of goalkeepers that are American. Kyle
Yeah.
Walker, former Tottenham player, is American.
Okay.
Clint Dempsey.
Clint Dempsey. I was going to say
Who?
Clint
Clint
Dempsey
Dempsey.
played for
He played
Tottenham.
for Fulham.
Don't remember any of them.
Always.
Dave Walsh says. David says McGrath for me in his prime. He was like Rolls Royce. Mark Maradona out of a game. He played against Maradona.
Yeah, that was in Dublin, wasn't it? In Jack Charlton's era, or was it in America? I think it was. I can't remember where it was actually played, but I remember.
As Fergie said, imagine the player he could have been. How do you mean by that, David? Is that the drink? Is it?
It's a sad case because like he's a chronic alcoholic, like. But what?
Yeah.
You look at him in that game against Italy in in World Cup '94. Fuck me, he was class.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. But they say he used to have a glass of brandy before he'd play a game. Now I don't know if that's an urban myth or what.
Like I think George Best. I think that was more said about George Best than anything.
Huh?
George Best used to apparently do that as well. So
Yeah. But McGrath used to do it because he used to have such pains in his knees. Apparently, now that's the story I heard. I'd love to get him on a podcast. I really would.
yeah, he's a nice. He seems like a nice, sensitive soul. Like I think it was on the Tommy show. He was being interviewed by Tommy Tiernan, and he came across that he was bullied quite badly as a young lad. And it
Yeah, well, I'm sure he was, because that would have been the state of play at the time.
Yeah,
McGrath played Maradona in Premiership 11 versus World 11. Okay, fair enough.
Oh,
Landon Donovan.
yeah.
Landon Donovan. For some reason, I actually remember that name.
Landon Donovan was a good footballer in Paris.
Yeah. But look, soccer, I tune in and I tune out. I know bits and bobs. It's just, if
Chelsea.
you know what I mean? It's an excuse to go to the pub for me, really.
You don't need much of an excuse anyway.
No, I don't really. But anyway, so look, we'll keep it up. Anyone out there? Who's watching actually? Sean Gilmartin, Salmon, you look beautiful. Well, there you go, Mikey.
Cheers. It's the lack of lighting, I think. I was thinking if the lads are so nicely lit, I'm in the dark here compared to them, and I think I'll keep it that way at the moment.
Excellent. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to going to a pub and watching a GEA game again.
Yes, it's a pity that the Mayo League games aren't on the TV, or just because they dropped down a division. Like you'd think, because there's like to be there would be massive viewing figures for any Mayo League game, I'd say.
Of course there would be, yeah. Of course there would be. We still have, like, just because we're Division 2, Like, I mean, at the end of the day, how many All Irelands have we been in the last 20 years?
This is the first time we're out of the top division since the 70s. Like,
yeah. It's crazy. We're the longest running.
wow, Thiago Silva's coming off. It's a big problem for Chelsea.
Please, you're way behind if that's where ye are at the moment.
Right, what's on your clock, Mikey?
39, nearly 40.
No, I'm 38, so I'm not that far.
I'm at 38-42.
Davey says McGrath for the drink and his dodgy knees. Yeah, like imagine he didn't train for years and still quality.
But you know what? He even when his knees had completely blown up, he played for Derby for a year after he left Villa, and he was incredible. I think he was 38 at the time or something like that.
Remember,
also, I don't think like he probably in that era he probably wasn't that much of a drinker compared to everyone else. Everyone was probably at the same level. I don't know how.
I don't know about that. There's like he'd go rogue. You see, he'd fuck off to didn't he fuck off when there was an Ireland camp before?
Yes, yeah, I do remember. I was
went off to Germany or something, somewhere in middle of Europe, and went on a session for 4 or 5 days, and then turned up the day before the match and went and played for Ireland. Like,
that sounds like something that we'd do.
Right, lads, I'm ready.
Do you know what that sounds like? Do you know who that sounds like? Mark Maloney.
Yeah.
Or Pete in his heyday. Sean says Instagram could be the job. You'd get more viewers, and it's funny enough, Craig. Yes, of course we'd get more viewers because we have a lot more followers on Instagram, Sean. But we want to build up the YouTube page for A, the podcast, B, we want to do longer sketches when all this shitfest is finished and over with, and C, we want to make this pay. Instagram is great, Facebook is great, but we get absolutely nothing for doing any of that, and we'd like a return of a few pounds, not from our followers, unless you want to become a patron, but from actual YouTube itself and make the big boys pay. Just keeps us interested, keeps us ticking over. Am I right, lads?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you would like to help us
Oh, it's a goal, is it? Yes, it's a goal.
For Man City. Chelsea. Okay, fuck it on. I was going to stick 20 on it.
Kai Havertz, if anyone had the first goal scorer, it was Havertz. Rounded the goalkeeper into an empty net.
Fucking delighted.
I'm just waiting for the replay now. See,
isn't that a bastard? I was going to back Chelsea.
Well, I had Man City half-time and a draw at full-time, so that's that.
Oh God, they just carved them open. And if it wasn't a goal, it would have been a send-off for the goalkeeper, I think, because he got a hand to it outside the box. But
can he not still get booked for that?
Nah, it wasn't. It just hit his hand.
It has to be intentional, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just kind of.
Well, would that be a red card, even if it wasn't intentional?
Well, if he missed, they'd be looking out for a red card. Like, say if he stopped the ball. If he stopped the ball.
What's say, Chris?
Say if his hand and it didn't go back to Havertz and he doesn't score, then they'd look at it. They'd probably send him off then.
Okay.
They played the advantage. It gives them the opportunity to score.
Oh, he did, lads. He gave way out and got a hand. I'd still send him on if I was the ref.
Nah, like
they did. They carved him over. They carved them over.
In fairness, he was trying to tuck his hands in when he.
Oh, was he? Okay, I didn't see the replay.
He pulled his hand.
It wasn't as much as I thought, but as it happened, it didn't matter anyways. But yeah.
Okay, the angle run from Havertz was class.
Yeah.
Did that come from the keeper originally?
Yeah, it was just a kick out. It was like, I know.
So basically three people. Beautiful. Oh, very nice.
Well, I'm happy enough with that. Don't want City.
He nearly tripped over the ball though. Oh, he did. He tried tucking it in, all right.
Oh,
Can you imagine if you tripped over the ball?
Yeah, be a bit of a fucking disaster, wouldn't it?
They haven't won yet. Yeah, that's the God's honest truth, Dave. Many a time, I remember being over in Manchester and putting a bet on United to beat Chelsea, and I remember Chelsea were favourites. In fact, I think they were 1-0 up at the time, and United went. And I was in Manchester, and I put on the bet when they were 1-0 down, and next thing United went 2-1 up, and I was counting my money. In fact, it was 90. I think it was 93 minutes gone, and I actually just left. I didn't stop watching it on the phone because we were drinking. And later on, I went back in to check how much actual money I'd won. And next thing there was like nothing in my account. I was like, what the fucking is going on here? But apparently Chelsea had scored in the last fucking kick of the game, but missed it. How things, Jade? Are you well? How's life? Sean says, popping in to say hi, having nice cider outside on a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day here as well. It was a beautiful day, and tomorrow is promised even warmer and hotter. I love it. The hotter the weather, the better. Love it. What sort of cider are you drinking, Jade? I put €100 on United and lost that, and now I have 100 on City to win. And the accumulator, going to cry if City lose.
That's rough, Sean.
That's rough.
That is rough.
That is rough. Why were United playing today? Oh, and no, they were playing Thursday.
They did.
That's right. How did that? Obviously, I know they lost, but that must have been crazy. I didn't watch it, but I was hearing about it. Yeah, cider mimosas. Never heard of it, Jade. Is it nice? Is it sweet? Is it bitter? I haven't drank cider in about 15 years. It used to cut the stomach of me.
The United Villarreal game wasn't a great match now, in fairness. And
no,
but the penalties, you gotta say, like Villarreal, 11 perfect penalties. Like De Gea is no good at saving penalties anyway, but Villarreal couldn't do any more than what they did.
So did they deserve to win?
Not
deserved to win.
Not throughout the game. Like United had
more chances,
more possession, and should have won it in ordinary time. But once it goes to penalties, yeah, as you say, even the goalkeeper scored their penalty. So
yeah, he rifled in fucking great penalty. But United also scored 10 penalties in a row. So usually, if you score 10 penalties in a row, you generally win the penalty shootout. You know. So
yeah, of course.
But yeah, it's like there was some fucking great penalties in it, like both teams.
It's at halftime. I'm gonna back Man City.
They need to change it. Like they could get caught again, City.
Yeah, City, you're playing a high line.
Is that Aguero on the bench?
Yeah, they have. I bet. I'd say Aguero and Rodri come on. Probably, maybe, or Rodri or.
Yeah, I'm surprised Rodri didn't start. To be honest, I just think that he's that bit more mobile than.
Did you see Batman there playing for Chelsea? He had a great sliding tackle there. I know I'm a little bit behind you, but he sort of got the ball, but it was very fast, so it sort of bounced away from him, and it was going towards the Man City player, and he just kicked it against your man's shins, and it went out. I have a funny feeling that's what he meant to do.
Maybe. He's actually a decent footballer.
What's his name?
Batman.
Bruce Wayne.
Um,
Dave, weather is class. First swim of the year. Barbecue coming out tomorrow. I've had a couple of swims. I haven't had one in the last week or two, but the water is just brutally cold still. I can't believe it.
were you down in Old Head or were you in Banter?
I swam in Bertra and I swam in Carramore. I swam in Kim Bay twice, and this year so far. Bertra is fucking dangerous.
What with the
currents? Yeah, I didn't realize that, and I wouldn't mind. But the same day, you could see it. You could see it like pulling out, and I still went in. But I know for a fact that if I went out any further, I would have been in trouble. Like
you, in fairness, now you wait until there's trouble to fucking start going. Oh, actually, this might be a great idea.
That's true too. I am one of those type of people, but yeah, and I didn't have Pete with me either. Pete's great for like obviously he's a lifeguard, so it's you feel comfortable when you're
yeah. Pete's more safety first.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Whereas let's get into trouble first.
Yeah. How can we get ourselves out of trouble now, lads?
Yeah. Sure, look, what can you do? Dave's just threw a tenner on City to win. I might do that myself. Huh?
You can't rule them out.
I'm going to do it just to keep an interest in it, right?
Well, I'm going to go the opposite way now, and I'm going to do Chelsea -1.
So okay. So yeah, so it's really and truly in your eyes, that means it's level.
Yep.
Okay. Do you know what? Today was the first Saturday in so long that I didn't have a bet on a horse.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I kind of go in waves.
Yeah, I'm starting. Yeah, I'm starting to do that as well. Now, in saying that, lads, I was like that for ages. I used to spend so much time backing horses, and I was successful, but it just took up way too much time.
Yeah.
Now, when I say successful, I had my bad days as well. But then I went off for ages, and then I was just drifting in whenever I had time. But the last few weeks, for some reason, I just found myself, spending more and more time on the horses. So I just said for the last few days, I'd
give it a break.
Give it a break, yeah. Okay.
City of 4-1, not bad odds.
4-1. I thought it'd be fucking more, to be honest. There you go. Will you make it? I should have fucking done a power. What's wrong with me, you twat?
We've been asking that for years, Steve.
Thanks, Mikey. Thank you. And I just happened, while I'm on here as well, I just happened to check the first race tomorrow, and Prettiest by Aidan O'Brien, Dubawi horse in the first at Navan, 11-10. I've never seen Coolmore having a Dubawi horse. It was a great horse, great Godolphin horse. Anyway,
they hoover up horses nowadays more than anything, don't they? They just hoover up horses nowadays.
I know they do. It was the first time I've seen them, because there was I know this is getting away from soccer, but there was an amnesty. There was a thing there for a few years that like Coolmore wouldn't buy off Coolmore wouldn't buy off Godolphin. Godolphin wouldn't buy off Coolmore. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how that kind of rival. It's almost like a rivalry. It's kind of been put to bed almost, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm trying to get this onto the comments again. I came out of it there a while. How do I get back onto the comments?
Just go to the YouTube page.
Yeah, I'm on the YouTube page. I'm just going to do this. How far am I behind? Can someone make a comment to see, does it come up? What's a half in soccer? 15 minutes?
What do you mean?
What's a half?
Time.
Yeah, about 15 minutes, I think, for halftime.
There's a link for the Patreon there, guys, if anyone would like to help out and throw us a couple of quid if you can.
Be savage.
Be very nice.
No, I can't get the comments. Where the hell is the comments gone? Sorry, actually, you just tell. If there's comments coming in, you just tell me, Mike. Or
sure will.
What you
do. Dave Walsh says not missing much, only me commenting, which is true. Thanks, Dave, for very kind of you.
Oh, I'm there. Yeah, I'm back again. Hold on now, stall the digger. I had it right, and then I went messing about with it. Now I'm watching Brian Gallagher. Ah, there we go. Okay, I'm not going to touch it now.
Damn, I was trying to think of some kind of sex joke there when you said I'm not going to touch it, but I couldn't come up with it quick enough.
That's what you said last night in bed. Having sex.
But that makes no sense. That's why I didn't say
it. Oh God. What do you think about the live shows, Mikey? You looking forward to getting back into them?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Tour with the boys. I do miss them. I do love them. I love the crack. I love going to different counties. I love when a gig goes well, and then I love complaining about when a gig goes bad. Not that we've ever had bad gigs or anything, but gigs that maybe weren't promoted as well as it should have been.
I was just thinking there, that they're having that gig in the Phoenix Park. It's like, I was just thinking about we should, for some kind of celebration in Swinford, we should have a love fest. Bring it back.
I would love to do that, Mikey.
Love fest.
It'd be such crack. You'd have to be guaranteed the crowd though. Can you imagine being just 20 of us stuck in a field in Swinford? I mean, it'd be really.
That was love fest.
They had a couple of good nights now, in fairness.
Yeah, in fairness to the Love Fest was something else.
Yeah,
you have a lot to live up to, Mikey.
So the Love Fest or that sort of thing. I always thought if we'd done a Mitzi Turbo Cup 2 in Swinford, it would literally sell itself.
Yeah, especially with all this, we could rival these What is it? Salt Hill Sundays. Have you seen?
Yes, exactly. Now you're fucking talking, Mikey.
Well,
It's basically the Mitzi Turbo Cup in Salt Hill.
half time. Jump over to the Dead Hedgehogs YouTube page, all right?
Who's that, Chris?
That is for the just put on the stories on the and try and get a few more ringers into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Get the party going. Don't want Davey Walsh to be the only one commenting in the comments there.
Can we comment? I'm back, Davey. I'm back. You can comment all you want. Talking about Love Fest, I was in Lisbon, Lisbon today, though it was far away from any kind of fest.
Huh.
I love Clare. I just think it's a beautiful county. I think it's a county that doesn't get enough recognition as it should. It has so many things going for it. I know where are you, Dave? Are you in Galway? Is he in Galway, Chris?
Yeah, he sure is.
But Clare, well, obviously I love Galway, always love Galway, but Clare, Clare itself, is like, but the problem with Clare is when you go down to Clare, the Clare people just go like, up in North Clare or East Clare and West Clare, South Clare. It's like it's already divided into 4 different places. Does that make sense?
But is that not the same everywhere?
Nah, no, definitely not in Mayo. When you're in Mayo, you're in Mayo. No, I never heard anyone say Westport, South Mayo. I've never heard anyone say Ballina. Oh, that's up north.
Yeah, yeah, but
no, when you're in Mayo, you're in Mayo. It's as simple as that. I know it's a massive county, but like I was seeing a girl from Clare, a couple of years ago, and I was down there a lot. I was down right at the Cliffs of Moher. She's a lovely girl, actually. She's beautiful, beautiful location. Beautiful location.
That's what she wants to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good time. Yeah, such a beautiful location.
Yeah, the scanner. She was great crack. But I remember like spending a lot of time down there that summer, and like every place you went to, it was like you'd say about a county or a different town in Clare, I think, and there was a massive rivalry. Like there isn't that much. We don't have a rivalry in Mayo. If you're Mayo, you're Mayo.
Really?
Oh, we don't know. I know, like as the football, there might be a bit of rivalry. Like Swinford, Charlestown, or Westport, Castlebar have a bit of a rivalry going on. You know, but like Mayo people love to see Mayo people doing well. I might be wrong. I don't know.
I think you're looking at it with rose-tinted glasses, mate.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, Chris. I don't think so.
Maybe you're right. I don't know.
Yep, go. I went to Clare for a swim and takeaway lobster, but the lobster was sold out. Where did you go? Oh, Lisdoonvarna. You said that. I didn't think Lisdoonvarna was on the coast, Dave. Am I right or wrong? I thought Lisdoonvarna was sort of inland a bit. I've had some great nights and lots of different times in Clare for some reason. Ballyvaughan, I remember going to this. It was like a cinema club, but they used to play old classics. Peter Sellers. But the night I went was Peter Sellers. You had wine. The only drinks that you could have was either white wine or red wine, and it was name a few movies from Peter Sellers, lads. Almost There, was it? Or something there? Huh?
Well, what did you say? Peter Sellers, was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what movies Peter Sellers in.
He was the one where he's astride a big gun or something. What's that called? Oh shit! No, I don't know.
It's the one where he was alone in a house for ages, and it turned out was it not his house at all or something. Anyway, it was brilliant. It was fantastic. But maybe it was because, the people I was with as well at the time, and there's the atmosphere. It was real vintage. It was old school. When I say cinema, the screen was like the half the size of probably a normal cinema screen. And your chairs were like old school chairs. It was just very, very vintage. It was old school. It was like stepping back in time. I'm gonna actually check out that when I'm
I
finished.
think we can all appreciate a bit of that, though, can't we?
We can, yeah. I mean, the way things are gone now, sure, you're nearly expecting the fucking actor to step out of the screen.
Yeah.
It's nice to step back in time a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. Has the second half kicked off for you guys?
No,
Yeah.
not for me yet. It has?
Yeah.
How long?
46.
I'm at 45-20.
Do you know, I'm going to come out of this and go back in again. Do you think will that help?
Maybe.
I don't know. He's about to give it the toss now. Oh, sorry. I'm not even watching the match.
Mm.
What were you watching?
Sorry, no, I'm back in the match now. Who is this Havertz anyway?
Kai Havertz.
Who?
Kai Havertz.
Havertz. Like, where's he from?
Germany.
Fair enough.
He's he brought in he was pricey enough. He was around £90 million.
Fuck's
Yeah,
sake.
he was like a huge prospect over Germany. Like and again came over to the Premier League and just hasn't hit the heights.
He's young. He'll come good. You'd imagine he's.
Oh yeah. Like
what age is he?
Probably 22, 23, I suppose. Timo Werner is a little bit older, and he was bought for 60 million. Like, he couldn't fucking like.
Do you know what? If he ends up winning the Champions League for Chelsea, it'll pretty much paid for himself already.
There's plenty of bad players that have won Champions Leagues.
That's true. That is true. You see, that's what I mean about soccer. You could have 10 players fucking working all the time and doing everything that they should do, and one prick comes up and scores a goal, and suddenly he's a god.
Yeah, there's plenty of those in GA as well, though.
There isn't really.
Look, there's plenty of lads that have fucking coasted onto a team in GA and they should win there because their uncle or their fucking grandfather is a fucking guy or something, you know?
What was the fella that scored the goal for Offaly against Kerry to stop the 5 in a row?
Oh, what's his name again?
Derby? No.
Was it Shane Darby, was it?
Check it out.
Fucking brain is fried today.
Dave might know. Dave says, I have a mate who was on the beer with Brendan Grace, Sharon Shannon, and Claire. Nice combination. Two old ones seen Brendan and were like, Jesus, Brendan, what are you doing here? Then they seen Sharon and said, what are you doing here? Then they turned to my mate, Jimmy, and they were like, you must be someone special too. Jimmy stuck out his hand and says, Jimmy stuck out his hand and says, I'm Dustin the turkey. Very good. The two other ones were more impressed with him than the others. Is that a true story, Dave? I would love to know. Because this is going to be recorded and put up. I want to know if that's a true story. So there's so many. Like, I would just going back to Claire for a second.
Seamus Darby, so it was.
Who?
Seamus Darby.
Seamus Darby, that is right. Ollie tells a brilliant story. Ollie Cassidy, Peter French Toast's brother, who played Pat Rose, for anyone that doesn't know. He tells a brilliant story about him. He watched the documentary, and you know how Ali sort of tells stories, the way he tells them as well. It's just you feel your head just dropping in closer and closer all the time.
Yeah.
You just don't want to miss the way he says it in his voice. You don't want to miss anything that he says. 100% true. Fair enough, Dave. Love the story. Love it.
And even if it wasn't true, you'd always say it was true anyway.
Never let the truth stand in the way of a good story.
That's what they reckon.
Mm-hmm. City
have got all the balls since the half time was fucking kicked off.
What's the football like?
Oh yeah. There's plenty around last night that were out supping pints up in Dublin here. I'd say
up in Dublin, yeah. You were meant to be here beside me tonight, Chris.
Mikey Salmon's banging, so that means that something has happened.
No, I was banging.
What was it you?
Yeah, I was banging on the chair to say that you were meant to be here beside me tonight.
Yeah. In fairness,
you were on the sauce.
I was pretty fucked up earlier on. I was like, oh, it can't be arse fucking going down.
I don't bloody blame you, man.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say this now, but it's only 7 minutes in the second half. But unless it drastically change, I don't see City winning at all.
Yeah, I think they're very playing without a focal point.
Is that because Chelsea scored another goal?
No, it's just that Chelsea are at the moment. They're not letting City through. They're pressure.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought.
Then Chelsea on the break again could hurt City. So.
Yeah, but this is it. Chelsea have looked very comfortable. By one or two moments, they've been very comfortable.
Right, Mikey?
Yeah, no, just there was a lovely
Mikey.
Ball there by Reece James down.
And who's he? Man City.
Yeah. No, Chelsea.
Shit.
But nothing came of it.
Is it a bit weird watching an even match in the light? It's still bright outside. I'm having pints here, and it's so bright outside.
You would have watched plenty of football when it's bright out during the year.
That's GAA. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it should be dark.
Like when you think of the Euros or the World Cup.
Yeah, but that's because they're afternoon games, really.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I know what Steve means. It's unusual that it's so bright still.
Yeah, for soccer, it just shows that it's so late in the year. Because I remember, unless I was awful drunk, the last time I watched the Champions League final in Moors, it was dark. Is this later than usual?
You were definitely.
No, that's because you were in Moors. It's always dark.
Yeah, it's always dark.
Yeah, that's true too.
Probably the brightest day of the year.
And the funny thing is, Melitz is probably a much darker pub inside. Even on a bright day, it's fucking dark in Melitz. You know, when you come in from the light in Melitz, it takes ages for your eyes to check in.
Yeah.
Even though Melitz is probably my favorite pub in Swinford.
Big shout out to Melitz.
Big shout out to Melitz. Say. No, they
want to sponsor the podcast. It'd be very kind.
Oh. Must get on to Maria actually.
Yeah,
we have talk. We're in talks with someone involved with drinking that might sponsor the podcast. It'll be happening in the next week or two. So we will see how that goes.
It'll be exciting news.
It will. Sure, surely.
Like
What happened to De Bruyne here? There was a clash of heads or something.
from that free kick.
Oh, just a coming together between De Bruyne and
Kante was it?
the Chelsea player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually love your man's pink top, jersey.
The goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who clashed with De Bruyne there?
Is it Rudiger?
Yeah, I think so. Batman, as Cowboy calls him.
Yeah.
Batman, yeah.
He's more of a Zorro, I think.
Well, maybe a Zorro, yeah. Like a yeah, I won't say.
It wasn't the yellow card.
Dave says, I used to walk Sharon Shannon's dog when I was in college. Know her well. Brendan always used to contact Sharon when he was home. Met her once myself. Do you know, will we get Sharon on the podcast?
Well, I'm sure we could go to our contact there in the comments and ask him if she'd be up for it.
Yeah, I think she'd be great. I actually seen her myself in the GF once, and she was with Shane McGowan.
Very good.
Yeah. She was,
Well,
and Mundy was there as well that night.
How was Shane McGowan that night?
Actually, he wasn't too bad. I remember going to see him in Galway one night, and he ended up puking on the stage. So, well, then again, I wasn't too far behind him as well at the same time.
I'm not surprised. Any night out in Galway is a little bit like that with yourself.
Yeah, I've had the funny thing is, I love Galway so much, but
You get too excited.
You get too excited. You do. You get awful excited in Galway, and you end up like just blowing the beans way too early.
Yeah.
But when it works, Batman's after getting yellow carded.
It looks like De Bruyne, Jesus is coming on for him, which is a strange choice.
Big. Well, unless he's obviously, he might have a concussion.
I think that's what he has got.
What?
But I just think it's a strange decision to bring Jesus on for him
instead of Aguero. I suppose they look at that Jesus he's just a little bit more mobile these days, isn't he?
Poor De Bruyne, he's in tears.
Why is he in tears?
Because he's fucked.
Oh well. You would be too if you got fucked by Batman. Dave says she's awful shy. Well, sure. Look, we'll take her on board. We'll treat her very nicely. We'll take it at her pace, as we always do with podcasters. Was it in Killarney? No, it was in the GF in Castlebar. Do you know what? For some reason, I think it was. Something tells me it was around Christmas time, and I'm pretty sure it was New Year's Eve. I could be wrong there, but it was definitely around Christmas time.
I thought it was usually the Saw Doctors that played on New Year's Eve, wasn't it, in the TF?
Do you know what? I Saw Doctors might have been there too. I think there was a whole mismatch of people. There was people that you wouldn't even hear about or not remember since on beforehand. And then
penalty shout for City, but nothing.
Fucking De Bruyne is making a big deal about this shite, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Get on to fuck. The fucking man getting paid a fucking couple million a year.
Yeah, like I think he negotiate his own contract there a couple of weeks ago. So he didn't have to pay. He didn't have to pay fucking someone to a lawyer or whoever to fucking do it for him.
Right. Jesus Christ.
They give the captain's armband to Sterling. Fernandinho on the pitch. Fucking weird decisions going on here with Man City.
But Fernandinho isn't playing.
Didn't he start?
No,
Who started in midfield then?
it was Gundogan,
De Bruyne and Bruno Bernardo Silva, was it? Well, I'll look it up. That'd be the easiest thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I if I was his manager now, I'd give him a good kick in the hole. That's a little bit too much now for me. The lad's getting paid a couple of million a year.
Yeah.
You know.
A couple of million a year.
Yeah.
Fucking almost 400 grand a week.
Well, there you go.
Fucking a fair few million a year. So the team was weird, in fairness. Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Phil Foden, and De Bruyne, and then Mahrez and Sterling in the wider positions. But you've got 4 central midfielders there, really. Like,
Jeez, I forgot Mahrez is playing. He's barely been.
he's barely
in the
touched the
game.
ball.
Did he not used to play for Leicester City
He did, yeah.
when they won the Premiership?
Sure did.
Yeah.
And then he fucked off to Chelsea, was it?
No, Man City. Well, he fucked off, but they paid fucking almost 70 million for him.
You know, well, I'd still say he fucked off, like, excuse me, how much?
Yeah, he kind of forced the move in a way. But, like, in fairness to Leicester, they got every fucking penny they could out of City.
Yeah, and look, and I'm sure Leicester are safe for many years to come.
They've got really strong bond. Like the team and the supporters and the owner, they just seem to be in unison. They're
Yeah.
doing well as a unit, Whereas
Yeah.
if you look at like even Chelsea, but Man United is a prime example where the fans don't feel connected to the club at all.
Yeah.
There's
Absolutely not.
Coming up there, Steve.
What's that?
I said, there's your American friend coming up. He'll be coming on in a couple of minutes.
Okay. Fair enough. Dave said they do a New Year's gig every year, milking fairy tale for every penny. I can guarantee you, it was probably one of the biggest cash cows of a song. Huh?
It's Joe. Fair play to him. He's made his money out of one fucking tune. Like,
Yeah,
he obviously
pretty much.
did a lot more, but like, well, he could retire on recording that one fucking song in
That
1980.
is true. I heard that was a bet that he couldn't write a Christmas song.
Oh man, in fairness, it's a fucking great tune, great song.
It's a great tune. Maybe Dave might be able to.
Dave's the oracle today. Derek,
Yeah,
David,
I'd like to thank Dave Walsh as well. He's letting me watch the final. He's contributing more. He's said more than I have in the whole podcast, but very interesting stuff actually coming in.
Yeah. Dave knows his stuff.
Dave's no door, I tell you.
Like, please tell me that Chelsea are 2-1 up at this stage, and I'm just behind or something here, because they don't look like they even want to win the game.
Well, Man City are not fucking winning, or Man City are definitely not going to win unless they fucking put a striker on the pitch. Well, and Aguero should have been on instead of fucking instead of the Brazilian lad that they put on. I can't even fucking remember. I'm absolutely fucking bollocks, lads. My brain has gone fried from drinking until 7 a.m.
I'd love to be at it. I can't wait to get back.
Oh, there's great crack had now, in fairness.
Where were you?
So we went to finished work, dropped the car here. Andy Wallace drove up and picked me up on his way up, and we parked his car, went to Mary's just off Grafton Street, and we
Is
had
that what it's called? Just Mary's?
yeah, Mary. It's like it used to be an old hardware store. It's got a fucking pub down the back.
Okay.
And so we had a couple of pints there, and then we went to what used to be called the Garage, but it's now called Anne's Pub. So went to Anne's and had a couple of pints there, and went back to the notorious C-GAV
Mark Mulholland job.
for pure looseners.
How is Mark?
He's in flying form, the cunt.
That's good.
He was controversially saying stuff to try and rise people last night. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise there. That's what happens when you have a few pints on you.
Oh, we did talk about you Cowboy a bit. You know,
You did? What were you talking about?
about your affiliation with the sea outside the back of his house and how you wanted to bring it into the house. So for anyone that didn't know about Mark's Thursday, he Cowboy was a little worse to wear, had a couple of pints on him.
Pints?
Went out on the phone talking shite about 5 o'clock in the morning, and kind of wandered.
Ooh, De Bruyne has some shiner. Sorry.
But anyway, he was wandering around the sea for a bit, and then had to be, when he was coming in, he was going to just wander straight through these lovely white carpets in his fucking sea-filled boots. And I stopped him at the door and said, Stephen, geez, you better take off the boots and the trousers, mate. You're fucking soaked. And Cowboy decided to take the lot off. Barely kept the jocks on him, so I did.
That is very true. And I went up. It was a 3-story house. I went up to the top, and then I went to go back out again.
Yeah, I had to stop you going back out. You were going to go for a swim. I was like, that's a terrible idea. And you go, why? I was like, because you're fucking belugas and you're not the best. You're not the worst swimmer, but you're not the best swimmer. So I don't trust you.
Oh no, yeah, it was terrible. Sure, I was on the phone, and what happened was the tide came in, but I didn't realize it. And
your knees.
I was up to my
Big
knees
chance
in
for
water.
City there. Sorry, lads, to interrupt.
What's that?
Great chance for City there.
Fuck it.
Kick was up.
No.
Time's
They
running
have
out.
a corner now. Oh, fucked. Could be a chance for Chelsea here. No, he didn't get away.
God damn it. Oh, yeah, you're right. Right, Shiner on De Bruyne.
Jesus, you're a good bit behind me then.
Oh, like what time are you on the clock?
68.
Yeah, I'm at 67.35.
Yeah, you're only about a minute behind.
What you got? Dave Walsh says neither team looks like they want to win. Like watching a game of chess with only pawns in play. Yeah,
that's a brilliant analogy. Analogy? Brilliant analogy. That's exactly what it's like.
In fairness, that sliding tackle from Azpilicueta from his own 6-yard box was actually class. That clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy, you'll enjoy that now in a second.
All right. I'm out of the stout, lads. I'll have to go on the...
Oh, yes. I was going to bring this point up as well about Tuchel. And I don't think he's ever lost against Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, I saw that before. He's beaten him twice in the last 2 months.
That's the manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Thomas
Okay.
Tuchel. The 3 times Chelsea have gone to a European final, they sacked their manager early on in the season. So when they got to the final against United in Moscow, they sacked who was it? Was it Louis Felipe Scolari and Avram Grant came in? And then in 2012, they sacked. Can't remember who they sacked, but Roberto Di Matteo took over and he won them the Champions League. And this year, obviously, Frank.
Oh, Di Matteo won the Champions League with them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Benitez was in charge before that, and he got sacked.
I think it was Carlo Ancelotti. The other
Oh,
one.
it could have been Carlo Ancelotti. Yeah,
I thought it was.
Yeah. So, and this year, obviously, Frank Lampard got the boot at Christmas.
Oh, he did. Is he doing anything else since?
Not yet.
No.
He could well be the Crystal Palace manager, though.
Okay.
Now that Roy Hodgson is.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I'd say they could go for him.
Because with his association with West Ham and Chelsea, I didn't think he would go for
Crystal Palace. They don't like. They're kind of non-offensive to.
I suppose. It's not like they're gonna.
Yeah, it's not like Tottenham and Chelsea. You know, they kind of fucking hate each other. Brentford won their playoff earlier on, so
yeah, I missed that, but it'll be good to see them in the Premier League.
Yeah, they've been.
What, Brentford?
Yeah.
Have they ever been in the Premiership before?
Last time they were in the top division was like 1974 or something like that.
Interesting. I'm off the YouTube again. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Goal for Chelsea. Yeah. No, he missed it. Fucking hell.
Well, do you know what? It doesn't matter, lads, because I have a funny feeling that it's no matter what City do, it's not going to happen.
I'm fucking delighted because I've got I half time I backed them -1 and -2, so I hope Man City don't fucking score for the rest of the game. We'll have a couple of quid back.
See, this is it. See, if this was GAA and Gaelic, there'd be, if it was a close game, there'd be pints, there'd be not goal chance, there'd be end-to-end stuff, there'd be some sort of scoring. See, this is what I mean about soccer. It's just,
but like, it's not like the game isn't all about the scoring. Like, if it was a high scoring. Like, if you like that, why don't you fucking watch basketball? There's a score every fucking 20 seconds there.
Yeah, but that's for like.
I know that's a good argument, isn't it?
It's not. I don't know. Basketball is a bit fucking pansy.
No, but it's all about scoring for you bollocks.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Oh, that was an awful miss. Fuck's sake. I would have scored that myself, lads.
I don't know, under that pressure. Are you good under pressure?
Oh, I'm great under pressure.
What's the most pressure you've ever been under? That didn't lead to a fucking a heart attack or a brain injury or bleed on the brain or something.
How much pressure was I ever under? I suppose when I had 3 or 4 houses going at the same time, that was an awful lot of pressure. And of course, I have like kids and relationships going. It was just pressure. And that's probably ended up what gave me the heart attack and the aneurysm. Well, not really much the aneurysm. I had it fucking nearly sorted at that stage. And I was getting fit and I was shitting off the beer and everything was going good. But even then I was under pressure to keep that, when I got my life sorted and everything was good and the kids were good, my family was good, my relationship at the time was good, my job was good, there was still a lot of pressure to keep it that way. Does that make sense?
Was that more? Was that in like trying to make? So you were trying to maintain a lifestyle.
Maintain the lifestyle. Yeah, that was a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you're kind of trying to. I'd say when you look back, were you thinking that you were like overdoing it, trying to please the girlfriend at the time?
Oh, I was burning the candle at both ends. I was working hard. I was,
Yeah.
I was working hard. I was working hard in the relationship. I was working hard in my job. I was working hard because I wanted to get promoted.
Yeah.
I was working hard with keeping, like, for the first time, like, with the situation that I was in, I like 4 kids to 2 brilliant women, just didn't work out. And and I met another brilliant woman, and everything was brilliant. But I knew that if I took my foot off the pedal at any stage, that one of the cogs was going to fall out. And once one goes out, as you know, every cog fucks up.
Yeah.
So that pressure all the time was immense, and probably what ended up what gave me the aneurysm, really and truly. Yeah.
That's a fun story.
Anyway, getting back to the final.
Yeah, it's any other doomy thoughts there, Stephen?
I was just going to say, and compare that to every time you see Mayo lose an All-Ireland final. How does the two compare? Which one were you more devastated about?
I think we could all say we all almost wish ourselves an aneurysm after that happens.
Yeah, for some reason, Mikey, I'm going to actually say I don't think I've ever been as depressed. But then again, I get over things quickly. After some of the All-Ireland Mayo losses, I've been probably as bad as... No, I tell you what, I've had a couple of bad breakups that were the worst, but second to them were Mayo losing the All-Ireland, without doubt.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of them have been they're fucking hard to take, but I think I don't know. I kind of accepted the last one quite quickly because they expected.
I put that down to it wasn't real All-Ireland anyway. That was my theory.
Oh, it was definitely a real. It would have fucking been a real All-Ireland if we won.
Well, that's true too. I know that.
Yeah, I don't know how that argument actually holds up at all.
Yeah, and also you don't. You're reminded of bloody All-Ireland failures every year. You're not reminded of failed relationships every year, or you're not thinking about them like.
That's true, Mikey. Very true.
Let's say 20 years later, you're not going, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, in fairness, we could do like a once a year, this is your life in
yeah.
and all the bad parts, and just go through all the shit things, Steve, if you want. So this has been your life so far, and we're just going to concentrate on terrible events.
Yeah, I know. But sure, look, I'm in a good place now, so that's all that matters.
That's it. David Walsh, as a Waterford man, I hear you. Waterford, the Mayo of hurling. Yeah, the kindred spirits there with the Waterford crew.
There was there a chance that Waterford in the All-Ireland final this year as well?
They were in the All-Ireland.
Yeah, against Tipperary. Limerick
won the All-Ireland.
Yeah. I do love the hurling, but obviously it's the football that takes over. So Dave is a Waterford man. I knew it was a Waterford connection because I actually thought you were down in Waterford, Dave.
Oh,
yeah, thanks, Dave. I've been missing you there. You hadn't said anything for a while, so. I was going to say another strange substitution by City there, where he brought Aguero on for Raheem Sterling. I would have thought he would have taken Mahrez off.
Yeah, Mahrez has been really poor. They're just looking to nick a goal at this stage, and they haven't fucking really had a sight on goal at all.
What's there's a young lad there in the crowd there, like nearly having a shit attack. What was he giving out about it? He was a Chelsea fan.
I don't know, Steve. You're so far behind it. Like, I can't, I'm not full what you're talking
Fair enough.
about.
TC says, how are the lads? We're pretty good. The Stouts are starting to take hold of me anyway. I know that much.
Yeah.
But
I'm just topping up at this stage, to be honest.
The actual game itself is, as I was expecting, pretty shit. But sure, look, we're having the crack anyway. That's the main thing.
Oh, Jesus.
As long as Chelsea fucking score another goal, I know you won't be happy, but I'll be happy.
No, I won't be happy. Mahrez like the Mayo of Man City.
Oh, God.
TC, what's your first name? So we can call you by your first name.
We'll have to maybe we'll do a live for the England-Scotland in the Euros.
Yes, I will.
Because we haven't had a good exciting one of these yet. Anytime we've gone live, it's been pretty poor.
Yeah, it just happens to be.
We'll get a few GA games in over once the league is finished as well, because
fucking GA is it's way better. You see, the problem with these lives on YouTube is,
what the fuck did you see where Chilwell just fucking tripped himself over?
I know he tripped over himself and he got a free kick and he went down like he was killed.
Fucking dickhead.
you see, the thing is, we put up these lives, but remember, people want to watch these as well, so it's hard to do both, and we understand that. But look, we're just creating a bit of crack and a bit of a segue to watching these sort of matches anyway. TC, Tom, fair play, Tom, from Mayo. What part of Mayo are you from, Tom? I feel like I'm bloody.
But also with the Gaelic, it's going to be hard to do a live because you're going to want to just watch the game the whole time.
But I do get you see me at a game, I get so animated, I will just like.
Yeah, we've had a few really good games together. Remember going to the All-Ireland semi-final against Kerry? And the replay.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Fuck me, it was some crack.
Yeah.
That was one of the best days I've ever had in Croke Park, being Kerry.
Yeah. Yes. And I remember, did Donaghy get sent off that day?
He did. He took a swing at fucking Aidan O'Shea.
O'Shea gave him a right fucking shiner.
Yeah.
But that was a brilliant day. That was actually the girl from Clare was there that day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. And then we went in and met Owen Colligan in
Trace was with us as well, wasn't she?
Cassidy's, huh?
Trace was with us as well that day.
Trace was with us as well, yeah. Then we went into Cassidy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very good night. Tom says, I spoke with Chris there in New Year's when Cowboy and French Toast were running to Westport. Brilliant, Tom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember chatting to Tom. Absolute legend of a fellow. Top. Yeah, fucking that was good crack that day for a New Year.
It was great crack. Rory, we done that for Rory Gallagher, who went out to France on his expectation to get to America to get his operation. But because the HSC bloody wouldn't give them a proper chair to go to America with, they've had to come back to Ireland. So I'm sure Rory's mother will get it sorted eventually. But that was a great day, and I'm going to do a 63k in Wicklow on the 19th of June, and I still haven't. I don't know whether I'm just going to do it or I'm going to do it for a charity yet. We'll see. It might be nice to do one long distance run just myself, and without having to do the the pushing of the link and whatnot. But we'll see. Also, it'd be a waste if I didn't do it for something. Does that make sense?
Well, what we might do is set up a link for so we'll pick a charity and we'll set up a link and we'll do a long goal, maybe where you do a couple of events over the next couple of months, you know.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about it. But the next week I'm going to be cycling with the two girls that are cycling from Dublin. I shared it on the stories there a couple of days ago, but we'll be sharing it again during the week. I'm going to be doing a few lives this week as well.
What are you going cycling?
I'm going to cycle from Killary Harbour into Westport, and then I live in Westport anyway, so I'm just going to go home, and then I'm going to rejoin them in the morning, and then we're going to cycle into Achill. So it's basically what we run.
Yeah,
last year, but on a bike. So
yeah, day 1 and 2 of the run last year.
Yeah, exactly.
So about 80 kilometers over the 2 days.
Yeah, so on a bike, it should.
Yeah, Steve, who's doing that for what?
A girl called Alicia Lavelle from Kelchima and Una Byrne from Knock. And I know Alicia through her father, Tom Lavelle. He was a car salesman there. He worked in Aircom. He's done a lot of things in his life. He's a sound out again. He's also involved in the tractor runs. So they're doing it for Ireland or Irish Children's Cancer Fund.
Oh yeah.
So,
all right.
Yeah. So I'll just do a couple of lives, keep putting the link up on the stories, and keep pushing that. As we do, I know that we use the pages for the crack and doing the live shows and that, but it's also nice to have a platform to keep pushing charity links as well, isn't it?
Anne-Marie Doherty says, evening all. Hello, Anne-Marie.
How are things, Anne-Marie? Are you well? Where are you coming in from, Anne?
David Walsh says, I can't sit down for a Waterford game, be pacing the sitting room. Where we won the semi-final last year, I ran off down the estate. I fucking can well imagine that happened, and I don't blame you. It's fucking like there's nothing like like there's something special when your county gets to an All-Ireland final.
Oh, it's just unreal.
It's just that final hurdle now. Hopefully Mayo get there again this year.
What's that?
Hopefully Mayo get there again this year, or in the mix, giving themselves a chance.
Yeah, of course.
They've had a lot of retirements.
But that might be a good thing, Chris.
Yeah, maybe. They've got a lot of talented players coming through.
Yeah, might be a good thing.
Maybe Kennedy will perform without the shadow of David Clark being there, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe
I think David Clark is actually the biggest loss. Sorry, Mikey.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking about fans being back. If they were back, we could go to the Connacht final if Mayo were there.
Yeah.
That fucking good luck trying to get a ticket for that if they reduce crowds.
Yeah, I think we're starting to turn a corner. I know I've been doing rants on the thing and that, but
you're trying to get every last fucking person out of those rants. Every you got to fucking rant to your, like, you know what? When everything's opened up in about 6 months' time, you'll be fucking ranting like fuck.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Just for the likes.
just for the fucking crack. Tom goes, you've been, is that Hennigan's or Heenan's? How would you pronounce that, lads?
Well, is it H-E-N-G-H or H-E-N?
H-E-N-A-G-H-A-N-S.
Heenan's.
Oh!
What?
City scoring had an opportunity there. A lovely
fucking opportunities. Fucking nearly never pulled the car. I've had many opportunities in my life as well that didn't fucking come to any good.
It was one of them. Shit! No, I was gonna say it's like pulling out before club.
We're leaving it at that, Mikey.
It turned out it wasn't that close of it. She was nowhere near getting pregnant.
It turned out you
I
woke
could
up.
have stayed in for another 5 minutes.
Actually, you woke up. It was a wet dream.
Listen, lads, if anyone knows about not pulling out fucking early, it's me. Emery, legend, and hold on, we'll go back here. I've lost, even on. I will. I'd love to be in a bear garden. I would, Tom. Colin, how are things with you, man? Are you well? When are you coming down here for drinking pints? You could be here tonight, man. I think you may have joined my cousin Katie Flannery on one of your climbs on the reach when they'd done it 7 days in a row. Probably.
That's right. Yeah. Wait, remember?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Salmon.
Oh yes, brilliant, Katie. Yes, lovely girl. Is she down in Limerick now at the minute?
Yeah, you were horsing around the kettlebell before you started.
That's right. That's very good. Yeah, I enjoyed that. And they done absolute wonders. So I'm doing something similar with girls from Mayo as well during the week, and we're going to be cycling for
7 minutes of time. Fucking hell, this thing's never going to end.
What's that? 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do?
They're giving
City
every opportunity to equalize.
Yeah. So the Russian oligarchs are beating the fucking middle state right now.
From Kelchima. Anne-Marie's from Kelchima, but living in Galway now. Fair play. 2 beautiful counties, 2 beautiful towns. Kelchima, where my father is from, and Galway, that we all love. Fair play, Anne-Marie. And Colin, get down here for pints. We have kegs of beer from Brennan's that we need to be getting through. Beautiful stout. I never thought I'd see the day when there was anything as good or if not better than Guinness.
You've actually got a bar with beer in it now.
We've got a bar with beer in it. Oh. Indeed we do. Although we're stuck for gas. It's hard to get the fucking gas, lads.
Yeah, so if anyone owns a pub out there that would like to send a bottle of gas our way, we'll hook up the...
Yeah, we'll pay for the damn thing. We just need it. Yeah, we're out. Right, lads, I just need to go for a piss, so I'm back in a second.
Fair enough. This is...
I'm surprised he lasted this long.
Yeah, he's been holding out for a while. What do you think, Salmon? Is City going to get another chance here?
I don't think so.
Yeah, see, fucking Guardiola in the big Champions League games over the last couple of years, he throws a curveball in there, and it didn't work with Leon last year. Definitely didn't fucking work tonight. It's a weird, like, to start without a recognized striker and just overload the midfield hasn't worked in this at all. Chelsea were really well prepared for it, you know?
Yeah, and then not to bring on either Rodri or I've forgotten the other guy's name now, but to bring neither of them on for like the changes he made is very strange.
See Thomas Tuchel jeering up the crowd. They're fucking half asleep watching this shit. Like,
I'm not wearing any underpants, lads. Couldn't find any this morning.
What's your Mickey on the zipper, so?
No, I'm buttons. I had to go with button jeans.
Safety first.
Huh?
Safety first.
Safety first, job.
What you got? This is a major failure by Man City if they don't win this Champions League.
Well, they're not going to win it. Terrible. But then in saying that, I probably didn't want to see them doing the double either.
No, Well, they would have won the treble because they won the League Cup and the Premier League as well.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Who would they beat in the league final?
Tottenham.
Fuck, that must have hurt Tottenham.
Fucking Tottenham are shit. Like Tottenham are well used to losing in finals. Like ourselves.
That's true. Now tell me another thing. What final did or was it a final or a semi-final that Tottenham lost on a VAR decision?
Dave Walsh says, "I'll get you gas if you give an address." Dave, I'll text you and I'll send
Dave,
you.
if you give me gas, I will. Don't need for address. I'll drive up and get it. And that's a fact. Because I'm that desperate for it.
that desperate to tap into the kegs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to be drank, and they need to be drank fast.
They're beautiful. I'm not joking. They're nicer than Guinness, and I love Guinness.
No free advertising, Steve.
Yeah, no free advertising, but I'm just saying.
Exactly. What the fuck does that mean?
Mikey, I can't wait for you to try them. Literally, you're going to blow the beans.
Mikey looks like he's already blown the beans from that. There. Mikey, you look like you're getting fucking sucked off by some fucking porn star. Pointing the camera at yourself.
That'd be my luck. I'd be recording it and recording it myself. Can you imagine doing that? Not that I would encourage any of that behavior. Well, but can you imagine having the recorder on and next thing you look back in a few days and it's your own fucking face.
Yeah, whereas it'd be fucking well within your right. You'd watch to the end anyway, so you would.
Well done, Chelsea.
They won it?
Yeah.
Well, that's me happy enough now that fucking City didn't win the Champions League.
Yeah, well, listen, so it's not going to go to penalties?
No.
It's a big statement from Chelsea, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Look,
they were the better team.
Oh,
yeah. They were. And I'm just sorry I'm just sore that I didn't back them at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Jade says, what did I walk into? So, Jade, where did you walk into? What conversation did you hear when you walked into?
Probably me, ye commentating on I was having a cum face or something. I don't know. I was watching the game. I didn't realize I was like making any kind of. Oh, you were on about is it Brennan's?
No. I think it was definitely your cum face, Mikey.
Yeah, but you were chatting about how it was better than Guinness.
Yes,
how nice it was, and that I.
Yeah.
Gave myself so.
Yes, Jay said yes. I don't think we could go back on. We could go back on it. It was one of those spur of the moment things, Jade. Or did she walk into Commando Steve? I don't know. I literally didn't have any. I couldn't find any clean underwear this morning. We're all washed, and they were still wet. So I literally have no underwear on at the minute. There was something else I was going to say there.
So the cowboy is commando, huh?
Cowboy's gone commando as well, yeah. So so that's it, lads. Jade, I think I'll be going over to Sweden in a couple of months to meet Martin Maloney. I know Jade, you follow Martin as well, so there's going to be a bit of crack to be had in a couple of months. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
This private thing, just you going over to Cow or going over to the Red Beast, or can anyone come?
Oh, please do come. Please do come. I'll be telling you all about it in a couple of days. I'm only skirting around information. I'm only getting tidbits of information from Martin and another source at the minute. But yeah, something big could be happening, or something potentially big could be happening. So we'll see how it goes.
Very good. That'll be
Yeah. Right, lads. Listen, it's 10 o'clock. It was a pleasure.
Chelsea, champions of Europe.
Champions of Europe.
Man City fail in the Champions League again.
Yeah.
What can you do?
What can you do? I'm not devastated. The only thing I'm devastated about is I lost my dinner.
Fair enough.
But more devastated I'm about is that I didn't back Chelsea at the beginning when I think they were brilliant odds.
Yeah, I got them at 4-1 earlier on. So.
For fuck's sake, are you serious?
Yeah. And then at halftime, I backed them -1 and -2 just in case they scored a couple more goals, which they didn't. But 4-1 we'll just have to do right now.
Fuck it, man. I didn't realize they were 4-1. Good luck. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, by the way, guys.
Oh, and if you haven't hit the like button, please do hit the like button. That would be very kind.
Yeah.
Wrap this up. If you would like to become a Patreon member, there's a link in the chat, a pinned link. So just head over there. It's only $5 a month.
Yeah, $5 a month, and you get into any $3 left gig that's going to be happening. If like in 2000, what year are we in? 2021 and 2022, and probably forever, because once you become a Patreon member, you're one of us, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah. So become a Patreon member, and
we've merch on the way as well. We just need to get our act together. We literally have someone that's going to make it for us. We just have to send them over the logos and shit like that. But we'll get there. We'll just go with there.
There's been a lot of Patreon members in the chat this evening. It's good to chat to you all.
Yeah, brilliant.
Fair enough, lads. Good to hang out. We will.
Yeah. Jay said how many pints so far? I've only had 5 or 6, but I haven't had some in a while. Also, I went for a fast run today and a long run yesterday, so probably the reason that I'm a little bit tipsy at the minute.
Fair enough, lads. We'll leave it at that, guys.
Pleasure, Mikey. It was an absolute pleasure for you to jump in. I know you can't be on them all the time, but you're off after tomorrow, and I can't wait to meet up again and we'll get something done.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, dude.